Hello, YouTube. It is Damien. It is Sunderland. It is Bright Lights. It's episode 110 of Bright Lights. And today is the FA Cup final versus Arsenal. For those that don't remember, many years ago, we made an FA Cup final. It was against Arsenal. And it was a 5-goal thriller which we won many years ago. Hopefully today it's the same. In terms of the Premier League, we kind of threw the derby game after the PSG game, so there wasn't injuries. We then beat Man City 1-0 with a very comical own goal, which I am very tempted to show you, which I'm going to show you because it was very comical. It was a very drab game, in truth. They didn't really have too many highlights. Mateo made a couple of decent saves. But yeah, on the final day, Bournemouth needed to overturn 12 goals to win it on goal difference. But this is the own goal. Get ready for it. This is at the highest level. This is Manchester City. This is Edison who's in goals. That's sensational. That's how we won the Premier League, technically. Even though it was one when Bob went and scored a double in 2 minutes. Or, yeah, roughly around 2 minutes to win us the Premier League against Newcastle. No better feeling, but by the way, for a Sunderland supporter, if you are one, I'm not, but I've grown to love Sunderland right now in this save. Them winning the Premier League at Newcastle, so at St. James's Park. So there we are. But now it's Arsenal in the FA Cup. And then we have Liverpool in the Champions League final. But let's get through this Arsenal game first. And there is big team news, ladies and gentlemen. You know how I said that I wanted to make sure I didn't get injuries? Haller decided to go and get a sports hernia doing weights in May, 2 days before this game. I couldn't believe it that he was doing weights at this time of the season. What that means is Haller's going to come out for Harry Wilson. And that means that Mike Godin goes to the bench. Of course he goes to the bench. It's Mike freaking Godin. Harry Wilson's going to play the next 2 games inside forward on attack, which I don't mind because Harry Wilson's probably been in better form than Haller has been all season, especially goal-scoring wise. He also gives us another free kick option. But in terms of the team, it is going to be as full strength as possible. It is going to be Mateo in goals. It is going to be Moreno. It's going to be Daniel and Ives. It's going to be Miranda. It's going to be Dosek Arthur, Harry Wilson, and Nakamura and Adrian up front. I want your score predictions for this FA Cup final. Knowing the record against Arsenal that we have and Arsenal have against us, there's never been a game where it has been goalless. There's never been a game that's been less than 2 goals. So I'm expecting like some crazy 4-4, 5-4 thriller. I've now said that it's going to finish like the PSG tie 0-0 then 1-1 or something like that. But I'm expecting goals. Anyhow, this is a very good Arsenal side that still have Moussa Dembele up front, still have Smith Rowe, Gundoze still up there, De Ligt we've seen, Lafont we've seen over the years, we've seen Strado and Allen over the years and at different episodes that we've seen them. Burgess still there, Bell's still there. That's a very similar Arsenal lineup. I just don't see Declan Rice on the bench. Haaland's on the bench too. Same with Torreira. I'm guessing they think that's their best starting level. I'm guessing Torreira's probably declined a little bit since we last checked. But look, it's still a very good Arsenal team. Go out there and prove to everyone that you're winners. And the boys have gone and lightened their ears up because if they do win today, they've done a double. And then we could do a treble by beating Liverpool, by the way. So potentially this is the penultimate episode of Bright Lights in terms of playing episodes. And then we'll probably do something in the future. But we have to worry about that when that opportunity arises. If we do beat Liverpool, Liverpool's hard to do over. And we have to focus on this Arsenal game first. Anyhow, score predictions in the chat for this Arsenal game. Let me know, Jackson. Let me know, Camo. Let me know, everybody else. Let me know, all my new followers. What is the score prediction for this game? Don't sit on the bench. Give me one. It's time to get into the tunnel. Something for me and my coaching after the start. Obviously, I'd rather have Haller available, but let's go. We're here at Wembley. Look at the coaches walking out. Go do the handshakes and all that sort of stuff. It is going to be Arsenal in the red and us in the black, like I believe it was though all those years ago when we did beat them. I think it's 3 or 4 years ago now. We've had a bit of an FA Cup final curse. Camo reckons we're going to win 2-0. Look, if we can go perform as well as we can perform, we can definitely win this game 2-0. Jackson goes free penalties either way. Okay. That's sitting on the fence. 5-4 win on penalties. He changes it. All right. And no now, though. On the ball. Into Harry Wilson. Harry Wilson comes inside. Harry Wilson! He's been forced to play Harry Wilson. I just said he's been in good goal-scoring form. Harry Wilson scores 1-0. This is a guy that we signed on deadline day because Spurs put him on the transfer list or else he would not have been at the club. He's scored 12 goals this season. He has been better than Haller, in my opinion, in terms of creating goal-scoring chances. And Harry Wilson at Wembley on the cup final day comes inside, drills a past Lafont, and we're 1-0 up 6 minutes into the cup final. There we go. It's 1-0 in the FA Cup final. Like it was all those years ago where we scored early. It was a penalty that day that probably wasn't there. Arsenal picked us back pretty quickly on that day. We've held on to the lead a lot longer than what we did against Arsenal back in the previous FA Cup final we had. We are 1-0 up. Arsenal haven't really been in it in terms of keeping the ball, but we've been pretty good in terms of keeping it. Oh, it's a bit more even now, never mind. To be honest, Arsenal probably the last 10 minutes or so have been really good. I don't want to give it too much of a team talk here right now, though. 45 minutes played. It is still 0-0. It's still 0-0. It's 1-0. Arsenal 0, Sunderland 1. Harry Wilson, of all people, coming in the score. And at half-time, here we go. Team talk, yes. I'm happy with the performance. Keep it up. I'm not going to tell them not to be complacent or anything. We have been defensively the best team in the league, I believe. We definitely were with a couple games to go, but we've conceded a goal or two in the last few games of the season, but I still think we were still the best defensive team in the league. Anyway, Miranda frozen in. Poor throw-in. Allen, though. Khedira now. His ball is Khediri or whatever. It's the regen, not an actual Khedira. Anyway, Ives. Ball back to Mateo. Into Daniel. We're very good at playing out. Daniel, though, second lines. Harry Wilson, good touch. Looks inside. I tell you what, Adrian's in here over the top. Adrian does get there. Takes a touch. He's 1-1 with the keeper. In the end, it was a good sliding tackle just as Adrian was about to pull the trigger. And it is still 1-0. Anyway, Miranda and no. Good touch. Looking over the top. Adrian's there. He's 1-1 again. Adrian versus Lafonte. It's 2-0 in the FA Cup final. There we go. Sunderland 2. It's his 20th goal of the year, Nicholas Adrian. In a year where he was injured for 2 months, he still scored 20 goals in this season. Unbelievable from the man. He is so freaking good. Adrian makes it 2. There we are, ladies and gentlemen. We're 2-0 up in the FA Cup final against Arsenal. It's been a very even game, though. Adrian, free kick, hits it. On target, it is! Adrian makes it 3-0. 2 goals in 2 minutes for Nicholas Adrian. And of course it's a free kick. He winds back the clock to last year and the year before. Hasn't scored too many this season. But Adrian with a lovely knuckleball over the top, dipping and swerving. Picked that one out, Lafonte. He ends up in the back of the net. So does the ball. We're 3-0 up. We're flying to this FA Cup final now. In terms of what we're going to do, in terms of people not playing well, I'm just going to let it run, really. We're going to go and get one man on the field that deserves to be here. Mike Godin, get him on as a Mazzala on attack. Get Mike Godin a goal in an FA Cup final. Go to it, Mike. Off you go. Get him on there. Bob's going to come on as well at some point, by the way. Bob has been sensational, and I'm just giving him a new contract as well after his heroics. So we will get Bob on in the 80th, I reckon. Yeah, get Bob on now. Let's get Bob on for Nakamura. Off you come, Bob. Anyone else that I really want to give a game here? I think Kim Jan deserves a game, so we'll get Kim Jan on, but we'll get him on late doors. Only just to say hello to the fans, really, because we have won this FA Cup final nice and easy. Unbelievable. Now, in terms of celebrating this FA Cup final, I would usually go mental, ladies and gentlemen, but we still have work to do. We have a Champions League final to get to. And I'll tell you what, we are going to do it in this episode. Episode 110 is the episode, as Mateo claims it. Episode 110 is the cup final episodes. There we are. Mateo throws in a Dosek. Dosek, this score was sexy team goal. Got him. Here we go. Here's ball to a no. William a no now. Still William. Driving forward is William. Adrian through the middle. Got to give it to him. Never did. Falls to Bob. Bob deserves a cup final goal. Bob! That's why we're giving him a new contract. It's 4. Bob, what a strike. Is there nothing this 17-year-old can't do? He was a saver against PSG off the bench with that mazy run in the ball to back post to Nicholas Adrian. He saved us. He won us the Premier League basically at Newcastle. And then he bangs one in front of the faithful to make it 4-0 in the FA Cup final, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. And look, it's game over. We've won it. Here we go. Adrian puts it away into Godin. Godin now. Still with Mike. Mike puts it over the bar. There we go. I feel like we have to do the FA Cup final in the same episode as this, don't we? We have to do a massive FA Cup final. You know, we have to do a massive cup final special. No, we don't. We're going to give it its own episode. Episode 111 will be the FA Cup over the Champions League final. We're going to savor this one right now. The ball goes towards Aliou. Aliou now with the ball. We've won this FA Cup final. It's just so good to be in the position that you know you've won it and you can kind of grin and enjoy the moments as the fans get up on their feet. They're loving it. We're loving it. We have done the double, ladies and gentlemen, but will we do the treble? There's the cup being lifted there. In the end, it will be Nakamura lifting it because Haller's obviously injured. And we know what song is going to go on there right now. If we get it on, as everyone's going to walk around in the stadium. E-Type Champione comes on. Go to the pitch. Normally the tie would come off. Normally we'll be a little bit more crazy about it. But we have a Champions League final to think about. We got Liverpool in a week's time to do the treble and to finish the save. Camo predicted 2-0, by the way. He was halfway there. I love that. We've got the Premier League title. We got the Champions League title. Oh, if only. We have the Premier League title in the bank. We have got the FA Cup in our hands. We're walking in front of the Arsenal fans of all people. Who cares? Rub it in, boys. We have done it again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We have won the FA Cup for the second time in our history. It is unbelievable. Look at everybody walk around. Everybody loves it. Everybody in their red tracksuits are still in there. You know, people still clicking around. I wish I could click on names. I just love the scene of when you win it. The fans are going around. I'm saying it. Camo's calling it. We're doing the treble. Maybe, Camo. Maybe we are doing the treble. We've got to get into the dressing room, though, and we're going to tell the boys, I'm very happy with the result and the way you played. It was sensational. Bob, by the way, off the bench. What a goal. This guy, is there nothing this guy can't do? This has been the turning point in Bob's career. Bob is now turning into a world-class little player, isn't he? There could be only one, and it could be us. We've done the double, but is the treble on? Is it on, ladies and gentlemen? It could be. Adrian's out for 1 to 2 days with a tight hamstring. Who cares? Attend the press conference. The commentators could say that. Our performance is fantastic. Fully deserved it. I'm actually delighted to win the competition. I'm very happy with how he's playing. There we are. In terms of everything else, ladies and gentlemen, we are FA Cup winners. We are Premier League winners. But will we be? As I'm going to go rest everybody for a week. We got 14 days. All right, I'm going to go training. We're going to rest everybody here for 5 days. Give them 2 days training, then rest everybody for 7 days. I just don't want injuries. We are going to go and now get into the Champions League final, which will be next episode, episode 111. We have won the FA Cup. We have won the Premier League. Are we going to go and win now the Champions League? Maybe. Are we going to do the treble? Maybe. Be here for next episode to find out. As always, if you like the episode, if you liked us winning the FA Cup 4-0, blitzing Arsenal. Out the world, out the park. We've never had a one-sided game against Arsenal. That was the first one, and what a time to do it. Please give the episode a like and go subscribe to the YouTube channel. As always, links in the description below. We are live on Twitch. Why wouldn't you come watch this madness? I'm in a freaking suit and it's 33 degrees at the moment at 9:30 at night here in Adelaide. We've done it again, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm hungry for more. I'm hungry for that Champions League final, and it's going to matter, and I'll see you next time for it. Thank you and goodbye.